Chapter 1. You are listening at novelfull.audio. On the sea, the blue sea set off waves, hitting the hull of the passenger ship again and again. In addition, there was a pirate ship flying the pirate flag high next to the passenger ship. The two ships were close to each other and very close to each other. The pirates on the pirate ship threw the rope hook, and the hook also tightly hooked the guardrail of the passenger ship. After seeing that their action was successful, a group of pirates also quickly climbed up along the hook rope. A famous pirate has a look of excitement on his face. After hijacking this passenger ship, the money and jewelry on the ship can make them rich, and the women on the ship make them even more excited. On this endless sea, they are a group of pirates were already suffocated. I wish I could eat meat on the spot. So as soon as they boarded the ship, their eyes immediately turned green when they saw the women wearing bright clothes on the ship. Next moment, the killings began on the ship. However, people on passenger ships are not vegetarians. In this era of pirates, you need to prepare a lot of things when going to sea, and guards are even more essential. After all, there are countless pirates on the sea. If you accidentally fall into the hands of pirates, that would be bad. Bang bang bang. On this passenger ship, the captain held a musket and led the crew to attack the pirates. Bullets were fired at the pirates one after another. The pirates at the front were killed on the spot under such firepower. Beaten to death, however, a musket is still a musket after all, and single-shot reloading is really too backward. This recharging time was enough for this group of pirates to get close to them and launch an attack. Soon, the pirates and the guards were fighting together. At the same time, in a corner of the boat, a handsome man wearing a black short-sleeved casual suit, with medium-length hair cut, stared blankly at the scene in front of him, his mouth slightly open, but unable to speak for a long time. His name is Qingyun. 1 second he was at home, however, the next second, he appeared on the ship. Then, he saw a ship with a pirate flag flying high on the mast approaching the ship he was on. After throwing out a rope hook, he boarded the ship, preparing to kill the guests on the ship. Later, that was the scene of a fierce fight between pirates and the guards on the passenger ship. I must have played too many games last night, which caused me to feel mentally abnormal. I was at home just now, how could I suddenly be at sea? Qingyun shook his head and murmured to himself. He just felt that he must have been overworked to have such an illusion. As long as he closed his eyes, counted 3 seconds, and then opened them again, what was in front of him would be the hallucination will disappear and he will return to his home again. So he closed his eyes, but before he could count 3 seconds. Of course, a clear voice sounded in his ears. Careful. Then, he felt someone push him, which also caused him to hit the wooden board directly. It hurts. Qingyun rubbed his forehead in pain. The feeling was not pleasant, but thinking that he was pushed away, he immediately prepared to scold the other person to vent his anger, but when he saw behind his original position, there was a large knife with the blade submerged into 1/5 of the deck. A chill suddenly rose in his heart. If he had not been pushed away just now, it is estimated that the knife would have directly sunk into him. In his body. At this moment, he did not dare to regard everything in front of him as an illusion. The pain in his forehead was already reminding him that everything in front of him was real and not an illusion. Therefore, he felt that it was necessary to thank the other person for pushing him away. The other person saved his life. Although he didn't know exactly how he appeared here, as an old bookworm, his sudden appearance on this ship was extremely shocking. Maybe it's because he traveled through time. Thank you, thank you. Qingyun also thanked the person who saved his life. You are welcome. The person who spoke was a woman. After the woman got up from her body, she quickly picked up the things scattered on the ground. At this time, Qingyun also saw clearly the person who saved his life. Human appearance, very beautiful orange hair, the short hair, the white skin and the good-looking face, especially the obvious tattoo pattern on the other person's left arm, shocked Qingyun and was extremely unexpected. He has accepted the reality that he should have traveled through time. But there are also One Piece comics in this world. However, why do some people like to get tattoos of the dragon pirates? She also has orange hair, so she must be cosplaying. Qingyun also murmured, as a person who often watches One Piece, he is really not too familiar with the tattoo on the arm of the man who saved his life. At this time, the battle on the ship was occupied by pirates. With the upper hand, a pirate also came towards them. After coming over, his eyes also lit up. "Woman, you are mine." This pirate also rushed over impatiently. It was obvious that the woman playing Nami made him lose his mind briefly. Damn it. Seeing this, Qingyun also put his hand on the deck and grabbed the big knife inserted on the deck. Now that the pirates are attacking, if he watches helplessly and does nothing, it is estimated that he, a time traveler, may have just time traveled. In less than an hour, he was about to rush to the street, whether it was his sense of survival or the fact that he saw the other party preparing to attack his savior. His instinct was to move, grab the handle of the broadsword, and draw it. He pulled out the big knife stuck on the deck, and immediately he slashed at the opponent fiercely. Puff! The opponent obviously didn't realize that the thin man in front of him suddenly stood up. He launched an attack, the knife hit the opponent's neck, and blood spurted out immediately. The scene was extremely bloody. It was undoubtedly a very exciting scene for him. "Are you okay?" My heart was pounding, but Qingyun still took the big knife out of the opponent's neck, turned around and asked the savior. "I didn't run." The woman who played Nami also said gratefully, but before she finished speaking, she saw other pirates noticing their situation here and coming towards them. Seeing this, she didn't care about the ground. Before picking up the things, he picked up his bag with one hand, and quickly grabbed Qingyun with the other hand, pulling the latter to run away. But at this time, a line of words suddenly popped up in front of Qingyun's eyes. "Pickable items detected, do you want to pick them up?" "See this?" Qingyun subconsciously answered, "Yes." Ding. Successfully picked up, 1 ordinary physique crystal *1, poor quality soul crystal *1, ordinary taijutsu crystal *1, ordinary kendo crystal *1, and have been stored in the portable space. Suddenly, he felt as if he could open an invisible door with a movement of his heart and take out what was behind the door. He thought, "Take it out," silently in his mind, and the next moment he found that there were several things in his hands, something about the size of mung beans and red beans, held in his hands. Ran for a while. "This boat is no longer safe. There is a spare boat on this boat. I have to run away first. Are you going to go with me or stay?" The woman who dragged him for a while and ran to the cabin also said to him quickly. "I." Qingyun opened his mouth, but didn't know what to say. He had just traveled through time and had no idea what the situation was like now. His brain was a little muddy at the moment. But, the text that appeared in front of him just now made him realize that he did not come empty-handed when he suddenly traveled through time. He seemed to have brought with him a golden finger that comes standard with the protagonist. Then, he also opened his right hand in front of him and saw several things in his palm. They are white and green crystals, some are as big as red beans, and some are as big as mung beans, but the most important thing is, in his sight, corresponding text introductions popped up on these crystals. Ordinary physical skills crystal, after taking it, it can increase one's physical strength. New book, please give me some data. Dear beauties, if you think the author's writing is good, you can vote for flowers, evaluation votes, and monthly votes. The more you vote, the more updates the author will make. Don't be soft-hearted and vote more. Faloo's 18th anniversary brand upgrade gives back to readers. Recharge 100 and get 500 VIP points. Grab a deposit now. Activity time, August 10th to August 20th. Chapter 2. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Ordinary physique crystals, after taking them, you can increase your own physique, and you can also use similar talent crystals to synthesize higher-level talent crystals. Inferior soul crystal, after taking it, you can increase your own soul, and you can also use similar talent crystals to synthesize higher-level talent crystals. Ordinary taijutsu crystals, after taking them, you can increase your own taijutsu level, and you can also use similar talent crystals to synthesize higher-level talent crystals. Ordinary kendo crystals, after taking it, you can increase your kendo level, and you can also use similar talent crystals to synthesize higher-level talent crystals. Qingyun glanced at it and read all these words and understood them all. Can you improve yourself by swallowing crystals? It's a pretty good gold finger, but I don't know what the specific classification of the so-called ordinary and inferior quality is. He thought carefully for a moment. It seemed that his golden finger noticed his thinking, so he jumped out specifically: crystal grade, inferior, white, ordinary, green, fine, blue, rare, purple, excellent, orange, perfect, red, legendary, black, epic, gold, mythical, color. 9 levels were displayed directly in front of him. It can be said to be clear at a glance. Boom, boom, boom. The sound of heavy and continuous footsteps falling on the deck could be said to be very clear. Qingyun could hear it very clearly. Some pirates were searching for them. Hearing this, Qingyun threw the 4 ability crystals in his hand directly into his mouth without hesitation. At this moment, he could improve a little bit. This could be regarded as a temporary act, but he had no choice. The 4 crystals, which were like hard rocks in his hands, seemed to turn into running water after being thrown into his mouth. He seemed to have taken a sip of cool spring water. He felt a tingling sensation in his body, which lasted for a moment. He was very comfortable. His body was improved, and the powerful feeling that came from all over his body was not false. This is the effect brought about by ordinary body crystals. He felt as if his soul had gained a sense of transcendence. This feeling could not be described in words. Unfortunately, it only lasted for a moment. After the improvement, he felt that his brain was extremely clear. This is the effect brought about by inferior soul crystals. There were memories of physical skills in his mind, turning him, a bastard of boxers, into a fighter apprentice. This is the effect brought about by ordinary taijutsu crystals. There were more memories of kendo in his mind, turning him, who had never learned kendo, into a beginner of kendo. This is the effect brought by ordinary kendo crystals. The effect of these crystals has greatly improved Qingyun. It's over. It's a little difficult to run now. But you should be able to deal with these ordinary pirates. The woman playing Nami also looked at him expectantly and asked. Shoo. Qingyun put his index finger on his lips, signaling the other party not to speak. Now that they are trapped in the cabin, the only way is to deal with these pirates and kill them directly, but fighting them head-on would be too disadvantageous for him. Just from the footsteps, he could tell that there was more than one pirate coming towards the cabin. Therefore, he could only choose to sneak attack. A sneak attack on the other party was safer and had a higher probability of success. Woman, after seeing Qingyun's signal, he closed his mouth. The footsteps were getting closer and closer. Soon, a figure also stepped into the cabin. The moment the other party entered, the big knife in Qingyun's hand was directly he slashed at the opponent with a pop. Even though he was on guard, under this sudden move, the pirate still failed to block Qingyun's attack. He was killed by one blow. Oh. And here. The pirate behind the famous pirate was stunned for a moment after seeing it, and he quickly reacted and attacked Qingyun with the big knife in his hand. Dang dang dang. The battle was slightly fierce. The cabin of this passenger ship, it was big enough, but it was enough for the two of them to perform. After Qingyun dodged a few moves of the opponent, he relied on the power he gained from swallowing the crystal to slightly overpower the opponent. After more than 20 moves, he caught the opponent's flaw. He quickly chopped it off with a knife, that was to decapitate the opponent and kill him. This time, Qingyun relaxed a little. Apparently there were only 2 pirates who came into the cabin. At that moment, he cut these 2. The pirates have been dealt with, which means they are safe for the time being. At the same time, words appeared in Qingyun's eyes again. Pickable items detected. Do you want to pick them up? He took a look. Pick up. He decisively picked up the things. This was his trophy. Now if he wants to get rid of the crisis at hand, the only life-saving straw is what he got from these pirates after killing them. Crystal. Only by improving your own strength can you solve this crisis. Ding. Successfully picked up. 2 ordinary body crystals *2, ordinary soul crystals *2, ordinary physical arts crystals *2, low-quality kendo crystals *2, and have been stored in the portable space. He took out an ordinary body crystal. Swallow it. His physique has been improved again, and at the same time, the physical strength he consumed just now has been restored. He also looked at the small wounds that he accidentally scratched when fighting the opponent just now, and they have healed. The consumed physical strength will be restored after swallowing the body crystals, which will improve the body, and at the same time, even the small wounds from the fight will be healed directly. After Qingyun tested the effect, he also got the test results. Such test results mean that when he fights, he only needs to eat one body crystal to recover and strengthen his own body. This gives him enough battery life. In battle, if you don't have enough physical strength, it will be very embarrassing. If you are not careful, you will be dead. Your strength is pretty good. At this time, the woman came over and looked at him with admiration. There are 1 or 2 points of strength, but they are not worth mentioning. Qingyun said modestly. Since you have the strength, let's run together and take care of each other. By the way, my name is Nami. I wonder what your name is. Nami smiled at Qingyun with a bright smile and put forward her own idea. Nami. Qingyun's heart skipped a beat. He had always had a guess in his mind, but he just couldn't believe it. But after hearing Nami introduce herself like this, and the tattoo on the other person's arm that was revealed when she picked up the treasure in a panic, he felt that his guess it might be true, but he still needs to ask. Do you know the dragon pirates? He asked tentatively. However, this question made Nami's face change drastically. She immediately distanced herself from Qingyun, took out a dagger from her body, and became alert. Who are you? Having been on the sea for so many years, Nami has seen too many dangers in the world. When the other party mentioned the dragon pirates, she immediately felt that this was not a coincidence. It was impossible for the other party to be in her for no reason. Mentioning this in front of him, unless the other party approached him with purpose, he knew it. Seeing this, Qingyun also knew that he did not need to continue asking. With such a big reaction and the excited look on his face, he felt that the other party could not be at all. He came from the show. With his acting skills, the other party can win a few golden awards. Therefore, he has really traveled to the world of One Piece. It is difficult to do. Qingyun only feels a headache. However, currently he wants to let the emotional Nami calm down. I saw the tattoo on your arm. If I am not mistaken, it should be the tattoo of the dragon pirates. Normal people would not get a tattoo of the dragon pirates, so you should be the dragon pirates. People from the group. Qingyun quickly made up an excuse in a hurry, and this excuse was really perfect. New book, please give me some data. Dear beauties, if you think the author's writing is good, you can vote for flowers, evaluation votes, and monthly votes. The more you vote, the more updates the author will make. Don't be soft-hearted and vote more. Faloo's 18th anniversary brand upgrade gives back to readers. Recharge 100 and get 500 VIP points. Grab a deposit now. Activity time, August 10th to August 20th. Chapter 3. You are listening at novelfull.audio. His words silenced Nami. The excitement began to subside. Obviously, his rhetoric worked. Nami didn't think there was anything wrong with his statement. Sorry, I got excited. Nami lowered her guard and apologized. It's okay, let's think of a way to solve the current crisis first. Qingyun waved his hand carelessly and said, now that he knows that the world he traveled through is One Piece, he doesn't need to delve into anything at all. After all, he basically understands about 80 to 90% of the plot in One Piece, so why ask more? Let's run away together, just 1 or 2 people. It's impossible for this group of pirates to chase after them. After all, they just robbed a passenger ship. Nami expressed her attitude directly. She ran away when she was in trouble. This is her usual style. After all, she didn't have much strength. If she didn't run away when trouble came, she would have died countless times. I don't think there's any need to run. If we get rid of all these pirates, we'll be safe. Qingyun shook his head and rejected the other party's proposal. It's not that he didn't want to accept it, it's just that now that he knows the function of his golden finger, he feels that there is no need to escape. As the saying goes, the brave will die of starvation. Small time travel is here. If you don't have the ability, it's okay to live in humiliation, but the golden fingers have been given to you. Don't give it a try. Will the bicycle turn into a motorcycle? He can be sure of the effect of his golden fingers in a short time. That is, he needs to kill people to obtain crystals that can enhance his strength. Naturally, he cannot attack civilians, therefore, pirates are his best target. If he runs away now, he will have given up an opportunity to become stronger. Although it was his first time to kill someone, he was a little scared, but when he thought about killing a pirate like a bastard, the pressure in his heart was reduced a lot. However, after solving the problem, looking at the corpse would inevitably make him feel a little sick. Are you crazy? There are at least 20 pirates on this ship right now. How can you fight them alone? Are you going to die? Nami looked at Qingyun in disbelief, wondering if the other person's brain was showing off. As the saying goes, when we meet on a narrow road, the brave wins. Escape is not my style, not to mention that the word escape is not in my dictionary. Qingyun said. If you don't run, then I will run myself. Nami rolled her eyes at him, but decided not to go crazy with this other person. Etc. Qingyun shouted. How? Regret it? Nami thought the other party regretted it, changed her mind and wanted to run away with her. Although this group of pirates is not very powerful, they still have a bounty of several million Baileys. If you are willing to stay and help me, after solving this group of pirates, all the bounty money will be yours. How about that? Qingyun said. He just arrived in time travel and didn't know anyone here at all. The only one he knows now is Nami in front of him. Even if he wants to sail on this sea, he must have an excellent navigator. Otherwise, even if he wants to take the risk, he can only stay away, although the other party is still a thief for the sake of Cocoa West Village, and he may lose the treasure by keeping the other party with him, but for him, the advantages outweigh the disadvantages. What's more, he also knew where Nami's home was. If he really wanted to run away, the worst he could do was find someone to take him there, so he didn't have to worry about the other party running away. Hearing this, Nami's eyes immediately turned cold. She slipped onto the passenger ship and held it in her hands. How much are these treasures worth? It's only a few 100,000 belly at most. She knows the identity of this pirate group that robbed her. After all, she was hanging out at sea and didn't know clearly. Then if she encounters a big pirate group one day, if you don't even know his identity, you will be in trouble. Therefore, she has basically seen the pirate bounty list in the East China Sea. The Great Sword Pirates, Captain Bell-Luke, bounty, 4.5 million Baileys. Okay, since you sincerely begged me to stay, then I will stay and help you. Nami wanted to refuse, but she couldn't stand it because the offer was too much. 4.5 million Baileys, how long will it take for her to steal it? As long as the other party gets rid of this group of pirates, she can't make a huge fortune. By the way, my name is Qingyun, Nami. I wish us a happy cooperation. Qingyun said with a smile. What do you want me to do? Nami asked. It's very simple. You go out and lure people over, and then I secretly kill the pirates you lured. I'll come a few more times to reduce their numerical advantage, and then I'll kill them back. Qingyun expressed his thoughts. You asked me to be the bait. However, his words made Nami's eyes widen and her tone of voice rose a lot, but that's not the key is that the other party actually asked her to be the bait. Is this still a human being? Do you understand what it means to cherish a woman's beauty? That's a huge sum of money. Pirates have become accustomed to burning, killing and looting. Think about it, what if there is something harvested on the other side's ship? Maybe there are millions of Baileys. Do you really not want them? Qingyun's slightly bewitching words fell into Nami's ears. It was undeniable that she was moved. If there were millions of Baileys on the Great Sword pirate ship, she would have really made a fortune this time. I go. Nami's eyes also became extremely determined. After saying that, she also walked directly outside. Just for money, it's nothing. Children can be taught. Qingyun looked at Nami's leaving back with relief. Then, except for one of the ordinary body crystals that he didn't take, he took out all the rest. Soul. Physical skills. Kendo. These three abilities have been improved. The ordinary level ability crystals have a greater improvement for him, and he can get a very obvious feeling of improvement. Only the inferior level ability crystals slightly disappoint him. 2 inferior level crystals. After the kendo crystal went down, the improvement was too little. At this time, panicked footsteps sounded. Qingyun quickly prepared himself. It was Nami who brought people here. The first one to come in was Nami. She also knew that she was using to attract attention. She did not run towards Qingyun, but ran towards the other side of Qingyun, so that the pirate's attention was focused on him. However, she did it. The pirate's attention, all his strength was on Nami, and he didn't notice Qingyun's existence at all. Then, he took out his sword brazenly. One of the 3 pirates who came in was seriously injured by Qingyun. The occurrence of this scene made the other 2 the pirates were also panicked and even forgot to fight back. However, just because they forgot to fight back does not mean that Qingyun will forget to attack. The sword fell from his hand. Another pirate was solved by Qingyun. Only the last one was left. 1. Bert, Grant, damn it, you shameless guy actually attacked you secretly. I will fight you. The pirate yelled, wielding the machete in his hand and falling towards Qingyun. Everything is in disarray and there are flaws all over your body. You are too weak. Qingyun said, splitting the opponent's attack with one knife, and the next knife fell quickly towards the opponent. With a pop, all 3 pirates were wiped out. New book, please give me some data. Dear beauties, if you think the author's writing is good, you can vote for flowers, evaluation votes, and monthly votes. The more you vote, the more updates the author will make. Don't be soft-hearted and vote more. Big discount on Dragon Boat Festival reading. Recharge 100 and get 500 VIP points. Grab a deposit now. Activity time, June 22nd to June 24th. Chapter 4. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Pickable items detected. Do you want to pick them up? Yes. Ding. Successfully picked up 3 ordinary body crystals, 3 ordinary soul crystals, 3 ordinary kendo crystals, 3 ordinary taijutsu crystals, and 1 elite talent crystal. They had been stored in the portable space. Talent crystal. A new crystal made Qingyun stunned for a moment. He quickly took out the crystal from his portable space. A string of words appeared. Talent crystal. After taking it, you can increase your own talent level, and you can also use similar talent crystals to synthesize higher level talent crystals. Glance across. Does increasing one's own talents include all talents? Qingyun thought deeply for a moment, but he soon stopped worrying about this issue. However, he wanted to try the synthesis of crystals. The text said that similar crystals can be synthesized to obtain more advanced crystals. This is probably 1 + 1 is equal to 2 maybe. He already knows about the level of crystals. Ordinary level ability crystals have already brought him a lot of improvement. If higher level ability crystals can be synthesized, then after taking them, he will definitely get much improvement. How to synthesize it? This makes Qingyun a little troubled. It can be said that he has no clue about the synthesis mentioned in the text. Synthesis. Holding 4 ordinary body crystals in his hands, Qingyun muttered. However, the 4 ordinary body crystals did not change at all in his hands and remained the same. Regarding this, he had no clue. Can give it a try. He stared closely at the 4 ordinary body crystals in his hands, thinking about the synthesis in his heart. The next moment. Ding. The synthesis quantity is insufficient and cannot be synthesized. Such a text appeared in front of him. The sudden text made Qingyun slightly disappointed, for ordinary body crystals cannot be synthesized, so what he needs should be more ability crystals. It would be nice if you could see your own attribute values. Qingyun also sighed in his heart, but at the next moment, his golden finger was very cooperative with him, and rows of words appeared in front of him one after another. Host, Qingyun. Talent, civilian level, 0 out of 10. Physique, civilian level, 2 out of 10. Soul, civilian level, 2.1 out of 10. Abilities, civilian level physical skills, 2/10. Beginner's swordsmanship, 0.2 out of 10. Ability crystals, ordinary physique crystals *4, ordinary soul crystals *3, ordinary kendo crystals *3, ordinary taijutsu crystals *3, elite talent crystals *1. These rows of words are his own attribute data. That's all. He can clearly see his attribute data. This golden finger is really cooperative, but what level is the civilian level, and what level is the beginner level of kendo? Qingyun expressed his confusion about this level. Of course, Goldfinger is still so efficient. As long as he has doubts, Goldfinger will give him the answer, and the lines of text will appear again: talent, body and soul grading, weak level, civilian level, soldier level, sergeant level, lieutenant level, school level, general level, emperor level, god level. Swordsmanship levels: novice, beginner, apprentice, swordsman, 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 great swordsman, supreme swordsman, swordsman. Each of these 2 levels is divided into 9 levels, just like the grades of crystals. They are also divided into 9 grades. According to Qingyun, these 9 levels should be equivalent to each other, they just have different names. Certainly, for him who knew about the classification, he also had a little understanding. So my talent, body, soul, as well as physical skills and swordsmanship are all at the 2nd level. It's too weak, you still have to improve yourself, at least reach the emperor level. As for the fact that his own strength is still a bit weak, Qingyun himself said that it is acceptable. After all, he has just traveled through time. These things are in the ranks of ordinary people, which is quite normal. Just look at the level and you will know that the 2nd level it's really weak. Even the soldier level is at the 3rd level. It can be seen that his strength is not comparable to that of ordinary soldiers. Let's improve ourselves first. Qingyun thought for a while and decided not to worry about it. He then took out all the crystals except for his body, opened his mouth and threw them away, and he ate them all. Then he took another look at himself, the attribute data. After he took the crystals corresponding to the abilities and attributes, the following values of his attribute data were also improved. Only the attributes in the talent column were directly upgraded from civilian level to soldier level. This is telling Qingyun himself that taking 1st level crystals can directly increase his attribute level to the level of the crystals he took. Otherwise, he can only improve it bit by swallowing crystals of the same level, until the value is accumulated. At the same time, according to his speculation, the value after the decimal point behind the soul and sword attributes should be the experience brought by him taking a crystal of 1 level lower, and this experience bar. Qingyun speculated that the synthesis on crystals, if he guessed correctly, should be in decimal system. After 10 crystals of the same level are synthesized, the crystal of the next level can be obtained. Of course, he doesn't know what the use of this is. After all, the experience bar is there. What is the difference between taking it after synthesis and taking it without synthesis? There seems to be no difference. However, at this time, there were numerous footsteps. He knew that he did not think according to time. These are some problems. Nami has already attracted the 2nd wave of pirates. Upon seeing this, he first threw an ordinary body crystal into his mouth, which melted in his mouth. While increasing the strength of his body, it allowed him to recover some minor wounds on his body and the energy he had consumed. Little beauty, let me see where you are going to run away. Be obedient and surrender, we will love and love you well. Hiroshi, let me do it first. I haven't touched a woman for a long time. Are you kidding? This beauty is much more up to date than the woman on the deck outside. I should be allowed to come first. Shut up. Do you need me to tell you who comes first? I am the oldest. Do you understand that I respect the elderly and love the young? That there were obviously a lot of pirates coming in this time. The number is up to 5 people. After they entered the cabin, their eyes fell on Nami from beginning to end without moving away at all. Everyone knew what kind of thoughts they had in their minds. Qingyun, who was holding his breath, came out from behind the cover appropriately at this time. He holds a large sword in his left and right hands. These were all taken from the hands of pirates. The body had been thrown into the corner of the cabin. This is why, after these pirates came in, they were not alert immediately. Aha! Both hands fell together. The 2 men were struck on the necks respectively. Even if they were saved from death by the knife, they would not be able to react at all under such injuries. Qingyun can be said to have killed 2 people in one fell swoop. Subsequently, he withdrew the sword in his right hand and continued to slash at the other 3 pirates. Although he had the kendo ability of a beginner, the effect was only marginally effective. The ability to solve these problems was only at the level of ordinary people. It can be said that the pirates were easily solved. Boom, boom, boom. The remaining 3 pirates also fell to the ground after a few moves with him. there is one pirate who counts as one pirate, all those who were lured by Nami were killed by him. This time, it can be said that 5 pirates were eliminated in one go. He can get a lot of ability crystals to improve himself. New book, please give me some data. Dear beauties, if you think the author's writing is good, you can vote for flowers, evaluation votes, and monthly votes. The more you vote, the more updates the author will make. Don't be soft-hearted and vote more. Chapter 5. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Pickable items detected. Do you want to pick them up? Yes. Ding. Successfully picked up. Ordinary physique crystals *5, ordinary soul crystals *5, ordinary kendo crystals *5, ordinary taijutsu crystals *5, ordinary talent crystals *3, have been stored in the portable space that I picked up. The ability crystals dropped by killing pirates again, which can be said to be a big harvest. This wave of pirates is obviously a more outstanding group, at least given the grade of the crystals he picked up. None of them were of inferior quality. Now, he already has a lot of crystals in his hands. Ability crystals, ordinary physique crystals *8, ordinary talent crystals *3, ordinary soul crystals *5, ordinary kendo crystals *5, ordinary taijutsu crystals *5. During the battle, he took an ordinary body crystal to restore his physical strength and ensure that he had sufficient physical strength when fighting. Therefore, he originally had 4 ordinary body crystals, but now he has 3 ordinary body crystals. But, with the crystal harvest brought by these 5 pirates, let the ordinary body crystals in his hand increase from 3 to 8. Use the crystals that are enough to upgrade 1 level first. Qingyun secretly thought in his heart, now, the only one he has on hand that can upgrade several civilian level attributes to soldier level is physique, soul and physical skills are the 3 attributes. Subsequently, he also took out 7 ordinary physical talent crystals, 5 ordinary soul crystals, and 5 ordinary physical skills crystals, and swallowed them in one gulp. Qingyun felt the pleasure brought by the improvement of body and soul, as well as the corresponding memories brought by the improvement of physical skills, body, soul and physical skills. These 3 attributes are also upgraded from civilian level to soldier level when the experience bar is full. A full level improvement made him make considerable progress. Qingyun also pulled up his clothes and took a look at his abdomen. He had 6-pack abs. This was really good. A soldier can have such a physique. This made him really dare not imagine what kind of physical level those school level, general level, and emperor level physiques had reached. Nami, stop being a bait. At this time, Qingyun also stopped Nami, who was about to continue acting as bait. Do you want to default on your debt and run away? These words made Nami feel that Qingyun thought that he might not be able to solve the great sword pirates, so he was preparing to run away. But if this was the case, wouldn't her millions of Baileys be gone? How could this happen? He couldn't bear it. Such a large amount of Bailey left him and her. Qingyun, I think you can still persist. For my baby, no, for your justice, you must persist and try to kill all the pirates of the great sword pirates. Nami quickly persuaded her to ensure that her Bailey would not fail. Qingyun was stunned for a moment. Okay, Nami, you better shut up. I have no intention of retreating, but you have already lured 2 waves of pirates. If you go there again, they will definitely feel that something is wrong, so there is no need for you to be the bait. I will go over and deal with them myself. Qingyun also explained the reason to Nami. As for the other party's claim that he was for justice, that is of course bullshit. However, people all have a purpose. His behavior of not taking anything and asking for nothing is probably in Nami's eyes. His behavior of continuing to fight the pirates like this should be for the justice in his heart, only he knows that he is just for the crystal. As for the above, he has solved a total of 11 pirates. Originally, he was only 2 of the 10 strong great sword pirates. After he had eliminated 11 of them, there were only a dozen or so left. Besides, these people must have also caused casualties when they fought with the guards on the passenger ship. Among the dozen or so pirates left, several died, and a few were injured. The remaining pirates could only fight a few people. He still had an ordinary body crystal left in his hand. He might be able to fight a few of them. It's difficult, but with this thing around, the probability of defeating the opponent is quite high. Are you sure about this? Nami looked at it with a slightly suspicious look. Pirates are not vegetarians. In her opinion, most of the reasons why Qingyun was able to kill so many pirates was because she was used as a bait, plus sneak attacks from behind. That's why there was such a result. If they were face to face, could the opponent really beat her? If she couldn't beat her, wouldn't her millions of Baileys have been wasted? Please, now that we are on the same team, can you have some confidence in me as a companion? Qingyun said angrily. This teammate has really had enough. He was about to go up and fight the pirates. You actually used your words to mess with my mentality. If I didn't know who you are, Nami, I would definitely treat you as an enemy. The undercover came here. If you are afraid, you can wait here. I will call you after I go up and deal with the group of pirates. After Qingyun said this, he also picked up the machete lying on the ground and walked out of the cabin. Who is afraid? Just leave, I will watch you get hacked to death by a group of pirates today. Upon hearing this, Nami suddenly burst into anger, and immediately said to Qingyun angrily, then followed Qingyun's steps and walked out of the cabin. New book, please give me some data. Dear beauties, if you think the author's writing is good, you can vote for flowers, evaluation votes, and monthly votes. The more you vote, the more updates the author will make. Don't be soft-hearted and vote more. Chapter 6. You are listening at novelfull.audio. On deck, more than a dozen pirates had arrogant smiles on their faces and arrogant laughter. In front of them, there were dozens of people tied up with ropes. Most of them had frightened faces, and some of them were even crying out of fear. In addition to them, some of the guards who originally resisted have fallen to the ground. They were killed by the pirates in the fight with the pirates. Some guards were captured alive and tied up with these people. On the deck of a passenger ship. Gentlemen and ladies, you are very unlucky to have met our great sword pirates today. I am Captain Belluke. Because of your resistance, several of my crew members were sacrificed. Now I am very angry. Now I want to kill a few people to vent my anger. I wonder if you have any objections. Baruch, the captain of the big sword pirates, was also carrying a big sword, which was twice as big as an ordinary sword. He looked at this group of people whose life and death were in his hands with a fierce expression. He coldly said something that scared these people. Hearing this. No, I can give you money, please let me go. I have money, so do I. I have a lot of money at home, Captain Belluke. As long as you are willing to let me go, I am willing to go home and bring you the money. I don't want to die, Dad, I don't want to die. A group of people just panicked. Some were scared, some were crying, some wanted to sacrifice their daughters to the pirates to save their lives, and some arrogantly told the pirates about their backgrounds so that the pirates would let them go. Wait, life, all kinds of things are undoubtedly revealed in these people. You dare to threaten me, I think I'll start with you. Baluk's eyes fell on a man who looked arrogant and threatened him to let him go. This man said that his father was a navy captain. If the other party dared to touch him, his father would definitely make him pay the price, but he, Belluke, doesn't do this. Navy captain. He, Belluke, has already become a pirate, so he is still afraid of the navy. It's a joke. No, my father is a navy captain. If you touch me, my father will cut you to pieces. The man who was dragged out was frightened, but he still used his father as a backer in his mouth, trying to make the other person afraid, and then let him go. Your father is a navy captain. I'm so scared. The words in Belluke's mouth made the frightened look on the man's face relax a little. It seems that moving out his father is quite useful, but the next moment. Brothers, we are pirates, are we afraid of the navy? Don't be afraid. Belluke asked his pirate men. A group of pirates also answered loudly in unison. This answer made the man pale. Boy, did you see that? Belluke showed a mocking smile at the other party and said, you take the captain's father, but it doesn't work here at all. As he said this, he also raised the big sword in his hand and swung it towards the man. No, 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 don't. The man shouted with a horrified look on his face. At this moment, he regretted that he had moved out his father to scare and threaten him. But, his pleas for mercy stopped abruptly. A large amount of blood spattered on the deck of the ship, and a head with a frightened face fell with a thud. This scene made the pirates laugh, but the person who became a hostage in the hands of the pirates was trembling with fear. This group of pirates is really inhumane, however. Next moment. Call out. A big knife flew over from a short distance and fell towards a group of pirates. Ah! A pirate was directly hit by a thrown sword. The sword stabbed him, causing him to let out a painful scream. Who? This sudden situation caused Belluke to quickly look in the direction where the big knife was thrown. A figure came into view. Yes, hit. At this moment, Qingyun, who was throwing the knife, had a smile on his face. Of course he would not come up and rush directly towards the group of pirates from the Great Sword Pirates. He had killed 11 pirates and captured the weapons. There are also 11 big swords. It's a pity that the pirate Nami with the gun in his hand didn't lure him over, otherwise he would have just secretly fired a black gun at the captain of the big sword pirates. Come on, come on, come on. Then kill this kid. Belluke was extremely angry. He didn't have many men, just a few of them, and one died and the other was lost. He wanted to become bigger and stronger in the pirate industry. Being a pirate is not a job, but it is not good at all. Recruiting people, how could he not be angry if the other party killed one of his subordinates? Hearing this, a group of subordinates also rushed towards Qingyun. Just waiting for you to come over. Seeing the 8 pirates rushing toward him, Qingyun didn't show any panic on his face. On the contrary, he was very happy. Looking at the approaching pirates, he took out 2 more big knives from behind. He threw it directly at these pirates as throwing weapons, one after another. It was not until 10 of the original 11 swords were thrown that he stopped, but so many swords throwing it, these pirates were also in a panic and wanted to dodge. They couldn't stand being too close. Some were directly hit by the sword thrown by Qingyun. Some were slightly injured, and some were seriously injured. Likewise, this behavior also stimulated the pirates, making them furious and wanting to chop Qingyun into pieces. However, 3 of the 8 pirates were seriously injured and fell to the ground after winning the bid at close range, and 2 were stabbed in the legs. This also made them angry. Their steps paused. Therefore, there were only 3 pirates approaching him. Seeing this, Qingyun rushed forward. Although beginner-level swordsmanship is nothing, it is already difficult to deal with this group of miscellaneous fish. It's more than enough, especially since his physique has reached the level of a soldier. If the 2 of them work together, it's not as simple as 1 + 1 = 2, these pirates are just wandering around the ordinary level at most. Hands the sword rose and fell. He easily blocked the attacks of the 3 pirates. Immediately afterwards, he used his fists, feet and sword at the same time, and the pirates' flaws were quickly exposed. He seized the opportunity and chopped them off with one blow. Immediately sent a pirate back to the west. The other pirates were no exception. After a few moves, they followed their companions on the road to hell. Qingyun took advantage of the victory to pursue, and several others were thrown by his sword. The pirate who was recruited harvested the heads of these pirates, and he can get a lot of crystals. Asshole, stop it. Belluke rushed towards Qingyun, roaring even more angrily. If he allowed the opponent to continue killing him, his great sword pirates would really only have a group of remnants left, so of course he had to stop Qingyun from continuing to attack his men carried out massacres. But, oh! Qingyun would not stop the attack in his hands, and soon after, he harvested the lives of these 5 pirates, and several more people embarked on the road to hell. At this time, the attack from Belluke, the captain of the great sword pirates, finally arrived. He raised the sword in his hand to block it. Dang! Qingyun was knocked back 2 steps by the opponent's attack and then stabilized his figure. Look again at a glance. There was an obvious gap on the blade of the big knife in his hand. The opponent's attack was really powerful enough. He looked at the opponent with serious eyes. This is a difficult character to solve. New book, please give me some data. Dear beauties, if you think the author's writing is good, you can vote for flowers, evaluation votes, and monthly votes. The more you vote, the more updates the author will make. Don't be soft-hearted and vote more. Big discount on Dragon Boat Festival reading. Recharge 100 and get 500 VIP points. Grab a deposit now. Activity time, June 22nd to June 24th. Chapter 7. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Baluk waved the big sword in his hand angrily, and the air was filled with howls from the opponent's swing. Qingyun could only avoid the sharp edge temporarily. One look at the big sword showed that it was definitely not that simple in terms of weight. It could be wielded like this. A heavy sword, and it is not affected. The opponent's physique may not be the same as his, reaching the level of a soldier. Right now, the sword he holds in his hand is just an ordinary weapon, but the weapon of the opponent in front of him was at least one level better than his. No matter how head-on he was, he could only find the right opportunity, seize the opponent's flaw, and then launch a fatal blow to Baluk. Bang! Baluk waved. After the big sword fell on the deck was cut open on the spot. It had a heavy weight, and it was also sharper than the reaction. This time, he was really in trouble. Dang dang dang. Qingyun avoided it. The opponent's attacks and several collisions of weapons were all caused by him waving his own weapon and deflecting the opponent's weapon away from the original attack position. He was panting heavily. It only lasted more than a minute. He could clearly feel the rapid consumption of his physical strength. Seeing this, he quickly took out an ordinary body crystal from his portable space and quickly threw it into his mouth. The crystal melted in his mouth. The effect was almost instantaneous. It shows, even in battle, his body is improving, and his physical strength is recovering bit by bit. However, whether it is improvement or recovery, it is not much. Perhaps, this is because now that his physique has reached the soldier level, he uses ordinary physique crystals to improve and recover. Naturally, the effect is not as much or as obvious as when he was at the ordinary level. Little insect, you are good at running, but this ship has been occupied by me. No matter where you run, you will die. After I catch you completely, little insect, I will definitely kill you all over. The bones were broken. Baluk saw Qingyun dodge his attack this time, and he also felt a little proud, and he spoke teasingly towards the opponent. If you are too proud, be careful of capsizing in the gutter. Qingyun smiled disdainfully, although he said that before time travel, his life was relatively ordinary, but he felt that he should be a person with a big heart. After all, if the heart is not big, who can survive in less than an hour after time travel? In a period of time, after killing double digits of pirates, he also wanted to kill the other party's captain. Little bug, miracles are impossible to happen. There is only one fate for you, and that is to die in my hands. Boom! While Baluk was still talking, a sudden gunshot rang out, interrupting his next words. At the same time, there was an additional gunshot wound on his body, and blood gurgled from his abdomen. Leakage from his abdomen. Who? The injured Baluk turned back angrily. However, what he saw was a man with orange hair holding a gun pointed at him, and there was smoke rising from the muzzle. It was obvious that the shooter was her. Nami. Qingyun also noticed it. He didn't expect that when he was fighting with Baluk, the other party actually shot and helped him. Should this be said to be the kindness of the other party or the charm of money? He didn't know. Yes. He knew one thing very well, flaw. Baluk's behavior of looking back angrily revealed an extremely obvious flaw. Whoops. He immediately slashed with his knife. Ah! Baluk let out a scream. At first glance, it was Qingyun's knife that cut directly on his arm. Qingyun obviously used a lot of force in this blow. He was just a little bit close to talking to the other party directly. His arms were cut off. But this was enough, because the pain caused by the knife on the opponent's arm made him let go of the hand holding the weapon. Qingyun reached out and grabbed the opponent's weapon. In his hand, he turned around and slashed towards Baluk. This time he not only used all his strength, but also the power of inertia. In addition, the opponent's sword was indeed full of damage and powerful. Shocking, with one strike, Baluk's upper body and lower body were already separated. Ah! After such an injury, Baluk did not die immediately, but as a result, he clearly felt the severe pain caused by being cut off at the waist. This kind of pain made him want to die immediately. Die. Qingyun stabbed with his sword. This time, it penetrated directly through the opponent's chest, and the opponent's heart was also penetrated by him. This also made Faloo, who was struggling in pain, stop struggling. He became completely silent. Faloo, the captain of the Great Sword Pirates, embarked on the road to hell, but the pirate crew members of the Great Sword Pirates were panicked when they saw this scene. Captain Faloo is dead, let's run. Go back to the pirate ship, go back quickly. Damn it, the man who killed the captain is coming towards us. Let me go first, let me go first. The remaining 10 or so pirates also fell into chaos, scrambling to get back on the pirate ship, but Qingyun will not give them this opportunity. In his eyes, this is not a group of pirates, this is a pile of ability crystals in front of you, so, how could he let these people go? Then, he raised the knife and dropped it. The remaining pirates of the Great Sword Pirates were undoubtedly killed by him one by one, leaving no one behind. After all, they were just a group of injured pirates who had no ability to resist, which allowed Qingyun to take care of them very easily. The Great Sword Pirates were completely destroyed. At the same time, after finishing dealing with this group of pirates, Qingyun then focused on the text in front of him. Pickup items detected. New book, please give me some data. Dear beauties, if you think the author's writing is good, you can vote for flowers, evaluation votes, and monthly votes. The more you vote, the more updates the author will make. Don't be soft-hearted and vote more. Big discount on Dragon Boat Festival reading. Recharge 100 and get 500 VIP points. Grab a deposit now. Activity time, June 22nd to June 24th. Chapter 8. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Pickable items detected. Do you want to pick them up? Yes. Ding. Successfully picked up. Ordinary Physique Crystal *18, Excellent Physique Crystal *1, Ordinary Soul Crystal *18, Excellent Soul Crystal *1, Ordinary Kendo Crystal *8, Excellent Kendo Crystal *1, Ordinary Taijutsu Crystal 15, Ordinary Talent Crystals 12, Outstanding Talent Crystals *1, already stored in the portable space. A total of 19 pirates brought him such a harvest. What surprised Qingyun the most was Faloo, the captain of the Great Sword Pirates, who actually sent him an outstanding talent crystal. This level corresponded to the 5th level lieutenant level. He did not expect the other party's talent. Not bad, but it's a pity. Talent is always talent, and it would be unlucky for him to kill him before his talent was fully explored. Otherwise, with the talent of the opponent, as long as he does not die prematurely, it should not be a problem to reach the captain level in the future. After all, talent determines the upper limit of your efforts. I didn't expect that the Great Sword Pirates were really defeated by you. You've made a lot of money now. The bounty on this ship of pirates is as high as 6 million baileys. Nami came over and said that she was quite surprised by such a result. There is no need to test me. If you agree to give all the bounty and their treasure to you, I will do what I say. I am a man of my word. Qingyun rolled his eyes at Nami. How could he not see that the other party deliberately mentioned the bounty in front of him, just to test whether he had any thoughts about the bounty of the Great Sword Pirates? After all, he was the one who solved the problem. Killed the entire Great Sword Pirates. With Qingyun with such strength, how could Nami dare to act rashly? If the other party regretted it, she would not have the strength to argue with him. Just keep your word, keep your word. Nami also smiled awkwardly. It's okay to test, but her testing behavior was directly seen by the other party and said it, which was a bit embarrassing. Then she went over to dispose of the body. Although the bloody scene was disgusting, but she had never seen anything like the strong winds and waves in the past 8 years. Even if she was disgusted, why not endure it for Bailey? Soon after, when Qingyun was still resting, the captain of the passenger ship also came over. He had been Nami loosened the ropes that were tied up, and then he untied the ropes of the other people who were tied up, and then he walked towards Qingyun. Sir, thank you very much for your help. This is a thank you from all of us on the ship. Please accept it. Captain Gracie said to Qingyun very respectfully, in their view, Qingyun was a ruthless character who chopped down the entire Great Sword Pirates. To be honest, they were really worried about being chopped down by the other party. After all, this strength is all that matters in the sea, and the situation where he was robbed by the Great Sword Pirates just now said it all. He also took out a stack of Baileys and handed them over respectfully. "Okay, I'll take it then." After Qingyun glanced at the other party, he also accepted the share of Bailey. After all, he had just arrived in this world, and he was penniless. He had indeed experienced the poverty of having no money several times. Then it was indeed uncomfortable. After receiving the pile of Baileys, Qingyun also nodded. It was about 500,000 Baileys. Of course it is impossible to say more, but it is still a lot. Belmar adopted 2 after his daughter. When the dragon pirates came, the savings in his hand were only 100,000, therefore, 500,000 Baileys was not a small amount. Suddenly, he thought of a very crucial point: why others have figured out the Bailey value of this world. Moreover, he who has traveled through time has never noticed one thing, that is, there is no language barrier between him and this world, 2 different worlds, no language barrier. How is this possible? The only explanation is, it seems that it was the help of Goldfinger after traveling through time. Qingyun thought for a while and came up with the answer. He didn't think much more. After all, he had traveled through time and space, and there was even a golden finger to help him solve the language barrier problem. Isn't it strange? Nami sighed. It took some time. All the corpses of the pirates who had the Navy's bounties on them were collected, and those without bounties were thrown directly into the sea to feed the fish. During this period, some guests on the ship also helped out under Nami's command, allowing Nami to quickly complete this series of things. After doing this, Nami then leaned closer again. This is the treasure I collected from their pirate ship. There are 3 million Baileys in total. This is 1.5 million. Let's divide it equally. She took out 1.5 million belly from the package full of money and stuffed it into Qingyun's hand. What do you want to do? Qingyun looked at Nami in surprise. This is not in line with the other party's character. 1.5 million Baileys were all agreed to be given to the other party, but now the other party just gave it to him as promised. So generous. Is there something wrong with the other party's head? The total bounty on the pirates outside has reached 6 million Baileys. I have got enough, so I will give you a share. Nami said grandly. The more I hear what you say, the less I believe it. You'd better be honest. If you don't say it this time, don't say it next time. Qingyun glanced at the 1.5 million Baileys in his hand, then looked at the other party in confusion, and said. The little thieving cat is so generous. He doesn't really believe it anyway, therefore, the other party's generosity must have a purpose. Why don't you know how to beat around the bush? Faced with Qingyun's direct question, Nami felt a headache. But at this point, she could only tell her purpose directly. You have interested in becoming a bounty hunter. New book, please give me some data. Dear beauties, if you think the author's writing is good, you can vote for flowers, evaluation votes, and monthly votes. The more you vote, the more updates the author will make. Don't be soft-hearted and vote more. Chapter 9. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Bounty hunter. Qingyun frowned. He didn't understand why the other party said such things to him. However, after thinking about it for a while, he came up with the answer. Do you want to cooperate with me and split the money together? The other party raised such a question. Naturally, she couldn't just look for a topic in boredom. With the other party's money-grubbing personality, it was probably because of today's harvest of several million Baileys that she immediately became red-eyed, so she saw the bounty hunter. There was a way to make money, but he didn't have the strength, so he focused on himself. As expected of you, you are indeed smart. Nami smiled and said, it took her 8 full years to get tens of millions of Baileys in this sea for the 100 million Baileys, but the other party killed her in one go. After joining the Great Sword Pirates, there is a bounty of 6 million Baileys, plus the 3 million Baileys found on the Great Sword Pirates ship, which is a full income of 9 million Baileys. This must not make her famous. Eyes, when she thought about being able to gain so much by killing those pirates with bounties on their heads, she wished she could become a bounty hunter to make money, but after wandering on the sea for so many years, she certainly knew her own level of strength. Pirates, she knew very well how scary it was, so, she took a step back and decided to find someone like Qingyun to help her. At worst, the bounty earned would be shared together. I reject. Qingyun directly rejected the other party's proposal without hesitation. If he really wanted to be a bounty hunter, he could handle it all by himself. Why should he share the money with others? However, the other party's proposal was indeed good. I have no idea about becoming a pirate, not to mention the Revolutionary Army. Life is extremely hard. If you follow the dragon, what is the difference between hanging out with Brother Crow and starving for 9 meals in 3 days? Moreover, in the process of rising, a lot of energy has to be invested, and the rewards are still uncertain, so don't even think about it. As for the Navy, he doesn't like to be restrained, especially with Goldfinger around. He is growing with his strength. Speed and general level strength may arrive at any time, and as a general, he will be dispatched by these scumbags like the Tianlong people. Who wants to listen to those scumbags? Therefore, the Navy can also be eliminated, so there are only a few existing professions in front of him: be an ordinary worker and live an ordinary life, be an adventurer, but in this era where pirates are everywhere, who knows? If you raise the flag of an adventure group, will the Navy mistakenly arrest you as a pirate? In addition, this is what Nami suggested: bounty hunter. Undoubtedly, in this world, pirates and the Navy are the mainstream, followed by the Revolutionary Army founded by Long Sua, but the Revolutionary Army founded by the other party did not have an ideological outline. In the past, it was simply starting from scratch, and it had to be targeted by the Navy and the world government. It was troublesome to think about it. The next step is to be targeted by the Navy and the world government. A bounty hunter. In the early stages of One Piece, bounty hunters undoubtedly have some presence. After all, Zoro also worked as a bounty hunter for a living. But in the later stages, there is almost no room for bounty hunters to survive. There is almost no trace left, but it is undeniable that the bounty on pirates is indeed quite high. The total bounty for some people in Supernova is worth 1 billion Baileys. It is even said that it will be 2 years later. The pirates who can enter the New World must at least have characters with a bounty of over 100 million. If the bounty does not exceed 100 million, they will be embarrassed to enter the New World. Thinking about it this way, it seems that being a bounty hunter is not bad. As long as I am strong enough, I can earn billions of Baileys from a trip to the New World, and I don't have to listen to other people's orders, and no one will follow. Behind his own ass all day long he was shouting that he wanted to arrest me. Qingyun's eyes lit up. Although this was just an idea that Nami came up with to make money in a flash, it is undeniable that this profession sounds like a good thing to Qingyun. It is free, and in the age of pirates, it can be said that if you have strength, you will not be short of money, because a large number of pirates are his cash machines. I know how to navigate. Although you are powerful, on the sea, if there is no navigator, you may not even be able to find your way, and you may starve to death on the sea. With me here, you will never get lost. I'm your good helper. With a partner like me, you really make a lot of money. Nami immediately showed her worth. Nami, you are not the only one who knows how to sail. If I am willing, I can use a sum of money to recruit someone who knows how to sail. Qingyun shook his head and said. Hearing this, Nami felt a big headache. The other party is indeed not such an easy character to fool. I can also wash and cook. There are not many people like me who have superb sailing skills and can also wash and cook. As long as you are willing to cooperate with me, I will take care of all the sundries on the boat. I'm not asking too much. How about we just do it 50-50? Nami stretched out her palm towards Qingyun with a bright smile on her face. It's dark enough. He just felt that the other party was really evil-hearted. It's not impossible for me to agree. Qingyun then thought about it and realized that it was not impossible to agree to the other party's request. Just ask if you have any requests. Seeing that the other party relaxed, Nami quickly said. You agreed to do laundry, cooking and so on, so I won't mention it, but there is a small request. As long as you agree, then I don't mind cooperating with you. Qingyun said. You should speak quickly. Nami said. Tell me all about the origin of the dragon pirate's tattoo on your arm. Qingyun glanced at Nami's arm and said slowly. New book, please give me some data. Dear beauties, if you think the author's writing is good, you can vote for flowers, evaluation votes, and monthly votes. The more you vote, the more updates the author will make. Don't be soft-hearted and vote more. Big discount on Dragon Boat Festival reading. Recharge 100 and get 500 VIP points. Grab a deposit now. Activity time, June 22nd to June 24th. Chapter 10. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Nami's face stiffened. This requirement, undoubtedly, the other party asked him to reveal his past. Her instinct is to refuse the other party's request, but when she thinks about today's harvest, if she becomes a partner with Qingyun, it also indicates that her income will be much higher than her own income as a thief. It can also allow her to collect the nearly 100 million Baileys in a short period of time. Don't want to say it? Then please. Qingyun looked at the hesitant look on the other party's face and knew that he should force the other party at this time. Okay, I can agree to your request, but you can't cheat on the 50-50 split. Nami gritted her teeth and said. Of course, I'm not the kind of person you think. Qingyun nodded and said that his character is trustworthy. Of course, as a time traveler, how could he not know Nami's life experience? The reason for doing this is just to make the other party open up to him. After all, when he thought of becoming a bounty hunter, his first thought was to ask Nami to be his navigator. Rather than just finding someone unfamiliar to be his navigator, it would be better to find someone he knew. People who understand, at least. Nami only chose to steal money in the early stage in order to buy the 100 million belly needed for the village from the evil dragon. This kind of behavior is rarely seen in the later stage. Therefore, at most, a person will only steal from him. He is just a navigator who wants money without harming his life. What is there to be afraid of? Besides, he has such a golden finger as the pocket space. Want to steal the money from him? Even the 4 emperors can't do it. He asked the other party to tell the origin of the dragon pirate's tattoos, which could also be regarded as bringing the relationship closer between the two. Of course, it is not ruled out that the other party wants to use some lies to excuse himself. If so, his impression of Nami it would inevitably drop a lot. Even if the other person could be regarded as her savior when she first traveled through time, then, Nami slowly opened her mouth and told her life experience. She could have just said evil things. The reason for the dragon pirate's tattoo, but Nami directly told him all her life stories from childhood to adulthood. After Qingyun heard this, he was also a little dazed. Is the other party's emotions a little too much? Excited? Actually, this is just the vent opening in Nami's heart. That's why she said so much directly to Qingyun. She is burdened with too much and is too depressed. Along the way, the things she carries have not kept up with her. Anyone has said, some things are suppressed in the heart. Over time, some things become like springs. Once the vent is opened, the current situation of pouring out everything will happen. So I'm short of money now. Qingyun, you will help me. After telling everything, Nami herself felt a lot more comfortable. Certainly. Qingyun nodded and said. Then how about we divide the accounts 9-1, how about you and me? Nami rolled her eyes and suddenly suggested. Upon hearing this, Qingyun's face turned dark. Don't even think about it. If you say 5-5, it will be 5-5. He decisively rejected the other party. If he really gives you a little color, you have to push forward. However, the other party is also known as greedy for money. Whenever there is a chance, he wants to take money from him. Money, at present, he cares a little, but not that much. Now he cares more about the improvement of his strength. In the world of pirates, the strong is king. Even if you have the wealth of the world, if you keep the strength of wealth, sooner or later, these wealth will be snatched away by powerful people. Therefore, he cares more about strength. If you have strength, money is not something that can be easily obtained. that's why he readily agreed to marry Nami 5. The requirement of a 5-point account, of course, a gentle lady is a good gentleman. It is undeniable that he still has some hidden thoughts in his heart. As the saying goes, those who are near the water and the towers get the moon first. Cooperate with the other party and be together every day. The other party is here with his face as handsome as the reader. It was only a matter of time before he fell to himself. Cheapskate. Nami said angrily. She had never shown this naughty and playful look in front of others for a long time, but after venting her feelings today, she felt much better, and the result was it showed in front of Qingyun. Just be stingy, it's better than your vampires 91 cents. Qingyun rolled his eyes at the other party, then he also asked. Where is this passenger ship going next? Rogue Town. Nami gave him a direct answer. Rogue Town. This place is nice, and I can safely exchange for the bounty. After hearing this, Qingyun also smiled. There are a lot of scum in the navy. This is an undeniable fact, and they brought the corpses of the pirates in exchange for the bounty. This was undoubtedly to test the character of the navy. If you meet some scum like Axe King or Colonel Mouse, they may collect the pirate's body and then drive you out without giving you a cent in bounty money. Otherwise it may not happen, therefore, you have to choose a place to change the bounty. At least, Smoker's character can still be trusted, and he is not a pirate, so there is no need to worry about the other party not giving the bounty. Behavior. Regarding the setting of the crystals, the author had other ideas and set the crystals to be used orally. In addition, there is the issue of how fast the strength increases. Are the outstanding talent crystals very strong? Talent is innate and needs to be realized. Luffy must at least have the talent of the Yonko. Even if he kills Luffy directly after birth, he still has the talent of the Yonko. It has nothing to do with the bounty, but even if he is the protagonist, it has taken several years. It takes time to turn talents into strength, so the direct drop of outstanding talent crystals will not affect anything. Therefore, all pretty boys and girls, please rest assured that the strength system will not collapse so easily. The author will try to control the rhythm as much as possible. To write interesting content. New book, please give me some data. Dear beauties, if you think the author's writing is good, you can vote for flowers, evaluation votes, and monthly votes. The more you vote, the more updates the author will make. Don't be soft-hearted and vote more.